Hey everyone, it's Yun, and I thought it would be fun to speedrun some random gender identity quizzes online. It just really reminds me of when I was back in middle school and I was starting to really critically think about gender and societal expectations for myself. And of course, when you're LGBT as a kid and you're like, well, let me take some random quizzes online. Just for fun, just in case, as a thought exercise. These are the types of things you run into. I have no idea the quality of these quizzes. I might cut some stuff out if it just gets repetitive, but let's just see what's out there now. This quiz is What is Your Gender Identity by Finny Out North. This is not 100% accurate, it's just a quiz. I'm not a professional either. I just want to help people get in the right direction. All right, I'm gonna try and do this quickly. Gender assigned at birth, female. Who are you friends with? A mix? How often do you find yourself questioning your gender? Depends on my mood these days. What do you think you are? Non-binary probably. What are your current thoughts about yourself? Feel isolated, feel like judged, feel like I fit in, feel like I'm being forced in a role, feel confident, feel like I don't belong. How do I continue? Next. How would you like to dress? Female who would like to dress more mask. Female who likes femme. Female who likes neutral. Depends. Male who likes femme. Male who likes mask. Okay, already the way this is worded is a little odd because there's no neutral option. I guess we'll go female more neutral. What pronouns do you prefer? Okay, here we go, AFAB, or AMAB, standing for assigned female at birth or assigned male at birth. This language makes more sense to me. AFAB, they, them. Also depends, I guess. When did you first start doubting your gender? Okay, doubting your gender, what does that mean? Because I would say you could be assigned female at birth, and if you're cis, like a cis, you grow into a cis woman, you could still doubt your gender. Like the aspects of womanhood, what it means to be a woman, plus another identity. Okay, I need to stop overthinking this, just go quickly. I think subconscious thoughts were around 6 to 8, but they solidified more around 9 to 10. How old am I? Older than 19. Wow, this is aimed at young people. How much gender dysphoria have you experienced? 10 means a lot and 1 means none. I'd say 4 to 7. Have you ever been mistaken for the wrong gender? Oh yeah. I don't want to say all the time, or it depends on my clothing. Let's say sometimes. If you were allowed to get free bottom surgery, would you get it? No. I don't want to say no way, never. Probably not. If you were allowed to get free top surgery, would you get it? Free? Very tempting. I recently made a video about binders and my journey with binding and how it's changed over time. So if this is interesting to you, go watch that video. I'm actually gonna say probably. This is, I was not expecting that. Let's just say probably. Would you like to grow facial hair? No. AFAB and no. Where is it? AFAB and no. Here we go. Have you been hoping to change your name? I already changed my name. My name's pretty neutral already. I like my name, but I'm not sure it suits me. I like my name how it is right now, and I'll keep it. Yeah. Do you know anyone who's trans? Yes. Multiple choice. I know trans, non-binary, and gender fluid. Let's go. You already have results? Yeah. Bigender. Okay. Does it say bigender is someone who identifies as both man and woman? Google description. This is so vague. I will say, so I've also said this in previous videos, I identify as non-binary, but that's a very large umbrella term. There's a lot of more specific gender identities that are more descriptive. So I think bigender is more descriptive than non-binary. I don't think of my gender as like I'm holding two genders inside of me. I think of myself and my gender as one gender that's not a man or a woman, but it overlaps with both of those categories. So not totally wrong. I love the bigender flag. This is a really pretty flag. It makes me think of like the bisexual flag, the transgender flag, and the non-binary flag like melding together. All right, next quiz. Also called What is Your Gender Identity by Steph. It says, I will help you figure out your identity. I try to include all identities. I apologize if I'm missing a couple. Answer what you most identify with. I do not identify with birth sex. Wait, can I go back? Oh no, there's like a kinda option. It doesn't matter, let's move on. Do you feel dysphoria? Sometimes, but I don't feel the need to change my body. I'd like to change a couple things. Okay, maybe that's it. Do you feel like you identify as only one gender or more than one? I feel like only one. Or I don't really feel like any gender. That's interesting. I've thought about agender before, but I think a lot of people who I've heard speak about being agender, I didn't resonate as much with, so let's just say only one gender. Is figuring out your identity really troubling you, or are you just curious? I don't really care. Not now. I used to care a lot, but that's because I thought the only options were man and woman, so it was very troubling to think that those were the only options. Sex assigned at birth. Female, don't necessarily identify as any gender, or I identify with more than just one. I don't know if I identify as more than one gender, but I could say I identify with more than one gender. Let's pick that. How do you feel about other genders that aren't cis? I think people should be what they were born as. Ooh. They are valid as cis. We shouldn't be bound to genders, just be yourself, be whatever you feel like. What is this supposed to mean? They are valid as cis? Is that supposed to be like binary transgender? That's, again, the wording's a little confusing. I think be whatever you feel like. Do you need to hide? No, I'm easily accepted. I wouldn't say I'm easily accepted in most of society. That's a big, broad statement. I would say I'm open with myself. Oh, that's nice. If you need someone to talk to. Gender fluid. Okay, sometimes you identify as female, sometimes male, sometimes both, neither, or in between. You probably have dysphoria and want to change your body sometimes. Don't listen when people say it's confusing or that you are confused, because it only matters how you feel. You are valid and perfectly fine. To learn more, click this link. Okay, this article is a little old. It's from 2015. Right now we're in 2022. So there are probably more recent resources, but this is very nice. They have a lot of different, blur some of that out. They have a lot of different words on this list if you want to know more. Not bad. Okay, what is your gender? The ND teen. Not sure what ND stands for. If it was NB, I would assume non-binary because the icon background is the non-binary flag. Hi there, this quiz is made to help you figure out your gender. Read every option carefully to choose the most accurate to your experience. How would you like to be seen or treated as and referred to? Okay, I don't know if this is be seen as intersex. I don't know if that's that wording, but I don't know a lot about intersex, as we've seen from some of my previous videos, so I have more to learn. I would like to be seen or treated as or referred to as. Not a mix. Not a girl, not cis. As a boy, but not entirely. I would say that resonates with me a lot more. I'm kind of in between as a boy, but not entirely, and neither. I would mostly prefer neither, though. And what part of the gender spectrum do you think your gender is? Whoa, what is this graphic? That's cool. Okay, I think my gender is both masc and fem and neutral. Whoa. In the neutral or null part, but connected to masc and fem. Neutral, null, masc, fem. Okay, what is this referring to? Is neutral supposed to be agender in this graph? What? There's so many choices. Okay, let's just pick. I'm gonna say in the neutral or null part of the spectrum, but connected to masc and femme. Okay, I'm sorry. This graphic reminds me of Animorphs. I never read that book series, but I have just seen a lot of memes of the book covers, and that's what this graphic makes me think of. Okay, if you could change your sex right now by just pressing a button, would you do it? Maybe I'd feel equally comfortable? No. I'd have to think about it? No. Yes, to be a male with masculine features? I'd like to have neutral features if possible. My thoughts fluctuate. I'd like to get specific features of both female and male. That would be cool. Because again, the statement of like a boy but not really hit something. But I think the only reason that resonates is because I was assigned female at birth. So of course, I'm going to distance myself from the assigned gender at birth because that's my lived experience. So sometimes I am kind of suspicious of those thoughts. Like, I think I am more true neutral. So let's click neutral. All right, dysphoria. All types and also euphoria. So they have gender dysphoria and gender euphoria defined. I'd say it fluctuates. I don't only feel euphoria, and I also don't only feel dysphoria. I'll just pick the both answer. Where do you think you belong with or feel more comfortable? With boys, girls, none, unsure, changes. Boys, girls. Oh, this is interesting. So there's boys assigned female at birth or boys assigned male at birth. So I guess the top is more binary trans and the bottom is cis. Both/none? It fluctuates. Let's just say both. Your ideal version of yourself. A mix, agender, demigirl, boy or girl, mix or two, unsure, cis, non-binary, changes, demi-boy. Let's go non-binary. Do you want to feel or be your desired gender? Feel like my desired gender. Be my desired gender. Feel like my desired gender. The one I was assigned. Be and feel like my desired genders. A gender different from given at birth. Be, I guess, is what we want. Ooh, that's a cool picture. How many genders do you think you have, and do they fluctuate? I have one gender. Oh, here's an interesting option. I don't know the exact number of genders I have, but I know they don't change. Ooh. So mine don't fluctuate. I feel like I've only ever had one, but the concept of non-binary itself, not just having man or woman as an option, was already so groundbreaking for me when I thought about that almost the next level was like, okay, now you can not only have non-binary gender options, but multiple genders. I didn't feel as immediately connected with that concept as I did with non-binary as a concept. Non-binary as a concept and as a language tool immediately felt very correct and made sense to me. I'm gonna pass on the I don't know the number, but they don't change. I'm just gonna stick with I only have one. Do you feel like you're in the wrong body or can't see yourself when looking at the mirror? No. For AFAB, do you feel uncomfortable or because of parts or name and pronouns? Do you like another body type and or name pronouns if you don't dislike the one you have? Yes, I wish I was a boy or at least not a girl or boy. And maybe have another body type. I wouldn't mind being seen as a effeminate boy. So maybe I should pick that one. Because the first option says, I don't want to be seen as a boy or a girl. But again, I don't feel like I have strong dysphoric reaction to being perceived as a guy because I was assigned female at birth. I suspect that if I was assigned male at birth, it would be the opposite. I would not want to be perceived as a guy. That kind of comes down to I guess, nurture versus nature, like what you inside feel versus you adapting to your environment. But at the end of the day, we live in our environment, so does it really matter where those feelings come from? In this hypothetical, I'm actually going to lean towards, I wish I was a boy, or at least not a girl or boy, and maybe have another body type. Does it feel better to see a guy who acts like you, a girl who acts like you, or a non-binary person who acts like you? Does it feel better to see, what does that mean? Like in public? What? What is this question asking? Does it feel better to see? I like when I see gender non-conforming people, period. Maybe this question is asking, does it feel better to be seen as? I'm very confused. I'm just gonna say multiple or all. Hey, you're likely non-binary. Agender people might also get this result. You probably don't exclusively identify with male-female genders. This one gave me the right one. Okay, only one more quiz. This is a shortened version of the actual gender quiz. Okay, this is actually the same quiz writer as the previous quiz, so we're not going to do this one. But I thought it was cool that this one was a gender fluid edition for what gender are you right now. All right, I found a replacement last quiz. It says, are you non-binary by Dom Biscuit Boy. Warning, I'm not a pro, just trying to help confused people. Assigned sex, female. What do you think you are? Non-binary. Do you feel uncomfortable? Depends on my mood. Have you ever considered binding? Yes. Are you comfortable with name and pronouns that was given? Nope. How do you dress? Depends on how I'm feeling. Dresses and skirts, but like t-shirts too. Not always like my assigned sex. When I was younger, I was a lot more mask and neutral because I was trying to separate myself from feminine appearance. Pick a name you would rather have and your assigned sex. So I was assigned female, so I pick a name that has female next to it. Okay, our options are Joe, Alice, or Michael. What are these options? Is Joe the neutral one? Alice, I feel like, is more feminine. Michael's definitely more masculine. I don't know if I like Joe, though. Michael is like a longer name, and I like short names. But Alice is too feminine coded. Gosh, I guess I'm gonna pick Joe. Is that predictable? Let's just go with Joe. All right, yeah, we know you're not a professional. Probably. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Welcome to the group. It's wonderful, and don't let anyone tell you different. I myself am a demi boy. I'm very open to talking about gender. Okay, that's nice. Look at all these young LGBTQ people making quizzes out there. Well, this was just a short, fun video for me to go through. I went quickly during some parts, but other parts I did want to stop and explain myself, I guess. There were some questions that I wasn't immediately sure what my answer was. Did some of these quizzes make you pause and think about parts of yourself that maybe you usually don't think about? Please subscribe for more LGBT plus videos. I also play queer indie games if you're into that sort of thing. See you in another video.